Okay, this is the second part of the 6.4 video, and we're going to talk about factoring perfect square trinomials. So, if a and b are real numbers, variables, or algebraic expressions, a squared plus 2ab plus b squared factors as a plus b quantity squared. Notice we have the same sign between the a squared and the 2ab is positive, and between the a plus b, the way it factors is also positive. If we have a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, that factors into a minus b quantity squared. So again, the signs are the same. So if it's minus 2ab, then it factors with a minus between the a and the b. So there's a pattern for these perfect square trinomials. We need to be able to recognize them. So the way we do that is we look at the first and the last terms, and they must be those perfect squares. Then we look at the middle term. The middle term has to be 2 or negative 2 times the product of the expressions being squared in the first and third terms. So how does that work? Well, if our first term, looking at number 9, is 9x squared, 9 is a perfect square because it's 3 squared. So 3x is our a. If we look at the third term, it's 49. So 7 is our b. Now, how to check that the middle term? So since it's negative, we say negative 2 times a times b. So what does that give us? Negative 2 times 3x times 7, which gives us negative 6x times 7, which is negative 42x. So we've met the requirements. The first term is a perfect square. It's 3x, whole thing squared. The third term is a perfect square because 49 is 7 squared. And if we multiply a and b together and multiply it by a negative 2, we get our middle term. So we know that 9x squared minus 42x plus 49 equals a, which is 3x, minus, because remember, this sign has to match the sign in front of our middle term, b, which is 7, and then the whole thing squared. So we have 3x minus 7 quantity squared. Okay, let's do number 10. So on number 10, we need to see if we have the right form. So a is, let's see, 16 is 4 squared, and x squared is x squared. So our a is 4x, our b is 5y, and let's check the middle term. Since we have a plus, let's see if our middle term is 2 times a times b. So 2 times 4x times 5y does indeed. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 5 is 40. And we have an xy there. So yes. So how does this factor? 16x squared plus 40 4xy plus 25y squared factors into a, which is 4x, plus b, which is 5y, whole thing squared. How did I know it was a plus? Because remember, it has to match the sign in front of our second term in our trinomial. Okay, that concludes the second part of the 6.4 video. We will talk about the last part of 6.4 in the next video, which is the sum and difference of cubes.